Live from South Fork, Colorado, it's the CBD Game Show. Brought to you by Incorrigible Candy, the world's most potent Victorian hemp hard candy. Hand stretched, nano emulsified. Look at all that. We use Victorian equipment from the golden era. And Opal Stack, managed hosting for developers and entrepreneurs and businesses like yours. And Hemp for Victory. Continue to fight the war against all the other farmers. Hemp! And now, Donovan.
All right, welcome to another episode of CBD, the game show. I'm your host, Donovan, aka the Kid Darkness. We are joined this week by our three panelists coming to us. Mark Carmen from Hemp Nexus, repping Hemp Nexus this year. He is Mark Carmen is out in Denver right now, working with Farm Logistics, helping farmers get their products to their things into products, get their product into products, right? Farmers getting stuff into products. All right, Mark Harmon. Then next we have coming to us both of our people from Max and Jay, dabbing and chat with Max and Jay. Say hi, Max and Jay.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, guys?
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. And then our third panelist today is going to be JC from Oregon Vitality. What up?
What's up, guys? Oregon Vitality, a pill in the bottle. Here we go.
There we go. Yes. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know how the rules work, this is how it's going to work. We're going to have 4 rounds of timed competition where our three panelists are going to ask yes or no questions to our contestant, trying to guess what our contestant's secret is. Now, if they guess the contestant's secret, blah, 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 he wins, prizes, fun, fun, fun. Each round is going to be 60 seconds to ask yes or no questions. You are not allowed to make guesses until the end of each round. At the end of each round, each contestant will get one guess at what or each panelist will get one guess what the contestant's secret is. And then we'll go from there. Now, rounds 3 and rounds 4, the time will speed up and it will get harder. Are you guys ready?
Ready.
You guys are ready? Okay, cool.
Go.
Our first contestant is Stevie Rocks. What's up, man?
How's it going, bro?
Kicking ass and taking names. Stevie Rocks is here. He's repping My Song List, which is an app, all one word. Allows you to play music and pick music and stuff. You'll tell us more about that in a second. And StevieRocksMusic.com. Tell me about your music app, Stevie.
Well, the app is basically like a jukebox on your phone. We play live and, people come up and ask for requests and don't know really what you know. So sometimes that's uncomfortable. This way we get the app out there on phones where they're engaged and they know what we know already. And they can also tip us and live stream and other things that are cool through the app. So that's one thing that I'm a feature artist for. And I really push that for artists. If you're a musician, it's a great thing. And my website, StevieRockMusic.com. There's no S on the end there, Donovan.
Oh, sorry.
No problem. Right. But so that people will find me, I shortened it to one word, Stevie Rock. If you Google that, you'll find all the stuff we do. But we play around Nashville in the area, and we appreciate you guys having us here today, for sure.
Fantastic. All right, so Stevie's got a secret. You guys are going to have 60 seconds to go yes or no questions. And then when time's up, I'll let you all get a guess in, all right? So we're going to start with Mike Carmen. Mike Carmen, are you ready?
I guess so. I mean, I'm figuring out what the secret is, I guess.
All right. All right,
Good,
we got
man.
60 seconds on the clock. Whenever you're ready, go.
Is this secret about music?
No.
All right, did my best.
Keep going. Yes or no questions. Keep going. Keep going. Not about music.
Okay, so I have to
You got a
continue
minute.
asking myself. All right,
You
I
got
guess.
60. I'll
It's not
pause the
about
time.
music.
You've got 60 seconds to ask yes or no questions. After your time's up, then Mike and Jay are going to go. And then when their time is up, then JC is going to go. And then you get to guess after you've heard everybody's yes or no questions. You each get one guess. that make
Okay,
sense?
and this is definitely a premeditated secret.
It is a premeditated secret. I have it written down right in
Okay.
front of me. All right. So
I was curious
I'm gonna
about that.
continue your time. You've got 64. You've got a little under 54 seconds left. Go.
All right. Is this secret about cannabis?
No.
Is this secret about movement?
Yes. Somewhat.
All right. Is this secret movement about concerning the body?
Yes.
Is this movement concerning a specific part of the body?
Not really.
Is it metaphysical movement?
We're going deep.
You could answer that either way, but
was there a response?
it could go either way. I'm just going to say no because of what it is.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How much time, Donovan?
5 seconds.
Is this secret about speech?
No.
Oh.
All right. That is going to do it for your time, Mark. Dang, those are some deep questions.
My
Hey,
word, Donovan.
Physical movement of the body. Wow. All right. Moving on to Max and Jay. Max and Jay, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're ready.
All right.
What?
Now, I know the two of you are working as a team and you're not in the same place at this moment. So it's going to be kind of funny about how you're going to go questions or however you want to figure that out. I'll let you guys figure that out. You got 60 seconds on the clock. Yes or no questions. Go ahead.
All right, Jay, go for it.
Is it a talent?
Yes.
Were there
Everybody
people
froze
witnessing?
up. Come on, unfreeze.
Were there people witnessing? Did we lose them?
I got issues. I'm froze up here, guys.
He's
That's
locked.
okay. Relax.
Hey, you're in still action, man.
We'll take your time.
We still see you.
Yeah. The Senate, he said something. I already paused it.
John, you should consider making your screen a screen shared timer in the future.
Man, I don't know what.
Path of least resistance.
I'm back.
All right.
Alrighty, there you are.
Last question I heard, I think, was, is it a talent? And I said, and then it was frozen.
So yes, it was a talent. And his last question was, is it something that people spectate or watch you do?
Oh, wow. Yes.
Yes.
Getting closer.
All right. Continue time.
Is it? Have you been able to do this for a while?
No.
Does it have to do with more than one person?
More than one person? No.
Would you be okay with your parents seeing this?
Actually,
That's a great question.
I think we lagged out of your answer there, Rock.
I said yes. Actually, yes. I'm sorry. Everybody was laughing at the same time.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, his parents would watch.
I love that. Yeah.
Last question. 5 seconds.
I think he's stumped.
No.
Time. All right.
There
All
it goes.
right.
All right, are we to me?
Yeah,
Here
we're
we go.
going to JC.
All right, so we know that it's movement of the body and it's a talent. Is it your talent, Stevie Rock?
Has he started?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Is it your
Yeah.
talent, Rock?
It would have been, yes.
Yes, his talent.
Did you learn it in the last 1 year?
No.
5 years?
No.
Okay, so it has nothing to do with hemp. Movement of the body. Is it? Do you sing?
Yes, but that's
Not the secret.
Not the secret.
yeah, it's a yes or no question, but
Sorry.
If
Sorry.
there's no question, that's technically a guess. No guesses.
right.
Not as a physical. Does it have to do with your health? Is it a growth on your body?
All right,
Um,
hold on.
do you have-
That's actually going to do your time for right now, again, JC. And before we move forward, let me clarify. You got to ask
Growth
yes
on your
or no
body.
questions to try and understand what it is, but you can't guess until the time to guess. And now we're going to do the
Shit, it
time to
froze
guess.
again. Come on, don't.
It's okay. You're good, Stevie. You're good. You're good. We got you. I'm watching you in the background.
What is that?
So we're going to move over to Mike Carmen. Mike Carmen, are you there?
Yeah.
All right, Mike Carmen.
All right.
It's your chance to give a guess at what you think Stevie Rock.
It froze for a second, so
Okay.
I don't missed anything.
No, not really.
No,
We're
still
ready to go to
there.
the
I'm
guessing section.
listening.
All right. So it's going to be your turn to actually guess. You get one guess on what his secret may be. Steve, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All
Is
right.
it playing guitar?
That's not my secret. No,
All
That's
right.
not
I don't know.
secret.
So it
All right.
but
sounds
I
like-
do.
Not guitar playing. All right. Max and Jay.
Do we each get a guess, or we have to guess
You
together?
each get a guess. You each get a guess.
Okay. You're a dancer.
No, not the secret.
Not a dance.
So it's a talent. You're okay with your parents seeing it. You just learned it recently.
No.
No, he didn't read.
You guys misheard that. He did not learn it recently.
Okay.
But he wasn't always able to do it.
Wasn't always able to do it. Can you bend over backwards, like really flexible? I don't know.
That's not the secret.
That's not the secret. It's not the
That's
secret.
not
That's not the secret.
right, Donovan. That's not the
That is
secret.
not the secret. It's correct. It's not the secret. But flexibility is important. Moving on. We're going to go to round two. But before we go to round two, we're going to take a quick break.
This is great.
And I'm going to talk with Mike Carmen here a little bit about what he's got going on. And again, I touched on it earlier, but Mike Carmen is basically a farm logistics guru. He's out here helping farmers get their product into other products and get their product taken care of. And he's also working with a company called Hemp Nexus, which specializes in topicals. Mike Carmen, why don't you go ahead and tell me about that?
All right, deal.
So Hemp Nexus is just the LLC, the business basically for all the different farm logistics, but it's also a brand. The topicals are a salve, it's 500 milligrams, shea butter, which is
Yeah, I'm good.
1,000,
Grab the stuff
and
in the
then
back
chapstick, which is just 25 milligrams. But all those are going into production right now with one of the farms that we've partnered with, which is like the Boulder farm. So it's kind of local, just about an hour north of where I'm located right now. And I go there a couple times a week and just kind of been cementing some relationships. We do a lot of staffing with our company. So we have a large network of friends who are skilled with cannabis, kind of have a really mindful mentality. So you kind of work with us, you get a really high quality workforce. And it's, it was just kind of a niche for a while, but we had more focus on the brand long term. So that's where we're at right now, and it'll be coming out in a month. And I'm really excited. I met John back in NOCO, so that was how I'm here. And not much has changed there. I was doing a lot of networking, consulting stuff at that time. But yeah, it's always been just kind of to keep the whole industry going forward. I used to work for the Industrial Hemp Research Foundation, doing a lot of connecting dots with universities and companies. And they sent me on a road trip, educating senators in 38 states. And then that I felt was directly tied to federal legalization in all 50 states of growing with 2018 Farm Bill. And I saw their awareness of facts of what's been going on in the states like Oregon and Colorado, where things are legal and people are doing things right. They can kind of police themselves for the most part. So they lift it a lot more. restrictions, you can start selling those products in all 50 states. And I felt connected to that. So then instead of just, being a part of that, I thought I wanted to be more in the get the medicine to the people crowd. So that's where I'm at.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Well,
Good job.
that's Mark Harmon again. Mark Cartman.
Mike.
Mike. Mark. Wow. I am high.
Me too.
Mike Carmen, Hemp Nexus. You can contact him at macnexus@gmail.com and look for his products at Hemp Nexus coming out soon. Topicals available from the website. Awesome. We now have a commercial, I believe, from our sponsor, and then when we come back, we will be going into round 2.
Incorrigible Candy, the world's most potent hemp hard candy. Hand emulsified using authentic equipment, copper cauldrons, savage burners. We use a granite slab. It doesn't get more 1800s-y than Incorrigible Candy. Not to mention most potent, nano-emulsified. The little oil droplets are little tiny. And that's because we hand stretch it. Check it out. Opal Stack, the world's most potent hemp hosting. And hemp for victory. Domination of the entire planet via hemp. And it can remove radiation from water. It can remove cadmium from soil. And we can put the radiation and cadmium through a series of chemical refineries and get it out of there. And now, back to Donovan.
We're back. All right. We're going into round 2. We're going to have another 60 seconds on the clock. And Mike, Carmen, you're up. 60 seconds. Yes or no questions. Steve, are you ready?
Yes, sir. Ready.
All right. Hit it, gentlemen.
Is the secret something we can guess with one word?
No.
No, definitely not. Man,
Is
great questions.
I know,
the
right?
secret,
I have to take my hat off for this one, guys.
is the secret something that has to be a sentence?
No.
I'm trying to think of how to word that better.
Yeah. 30 seconds.
Is the secret something related to music?
No.
I don't remember if I asked that earlier. Is the secret something that we can... Movement.
10 seconds.
I'm trying. Man, you got me, man.
I'm like, come on, timer, because it's like he's getting so close. I'm like, come on, time.
There we go. All right. Well, that's going to end your time.
Yeah. I
Great
got nothing.
Max and Jay.
Great.
Max and Jay, you guys almost ready?
Yeah, almost. We're just working out the
I
That's
saw
it.
Max disappear for a second,
Man,
but
technical
he had out
difficulties.
Clova,
My fault.
so
My fault.
there we go.
Those were great questions.
Well,
Thanks,
we're
man.
great.
Couldn't think of anything past that.
Yeah,
All
the
right.
metaphysical, question, which we're not even going back to, but Mike, that was good. You went with movement, the body, a talent, metaphysical. I mean, you're deep, Mike. Carmen, you're not
Appreciate it,
just
man.
an LLC. You're not just an LLC. I heard that from the very start. You're like, I'm just an LLC, but we do staffing, and you do this, and you do that. You have a product already. It took me 4 years to have a product, Mike. So I mean, take time. Is
Mhm.
scale and ready.
Yeah,
Don't-
that's what I'm doing right now. Is I'm trying to figure out the scaling thing. When I worked for Evo Hemp, they were in the scaling issue, and it didn't work out. So
That's right. That's right. Gotta
I won't
be there.
Scalability is very, 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 very important. So back to the show real quick. Max and Jay, you guys ready?
Somewhat. I can't really hear from my earpiece. I got booted out of the
the call. I'm trying to just join with audio. So
Maybe you. Is there like speakers?
No, I don't have.
no, he doesn't have speakers. He only has headphones, and I'm using earpiece. No, yeah, I still need to have the sound.
Max, just think, you just dabbed, you can hit it. You know, you're gonna.
All right.
Yeah.
So while we fix the quick technical difficulty problem, why doesn't everybody just go ahead and take a quick dab, relax? We'll get this done.
All right. I'll do what my profession.
Technical
what my profession is.
And
Yeah. By the way,
Yeah.
Devin in chat, Max J, he's gonna.
I mean, it's not like technical difficulties.
Guys, I'm going to give you a preview of what I do at on my channel here. It's not very much. It's just
It's
When
not
it-
much, but it's honest work.
yeah, it's honest work.
Enjoy. You guys, this is
really weird.
4,000-year-old 4,000-year-old oak, and this is the first year I grew hemp. This is the stock. I grabbed the stock, had it whittled down like a baseball bat, and they put it in there, and that's a hemp. And this is 4,000-year-old oak. This is my my chiller.
That's your chillum? That's a dope ass chillum.
And get this, I have Sure Good. That's my brand, Sure Good, as well as it's Hemp History Week every single week, guys. I mean, every single day, just talk hemp. I mean, it was way back in 1776 till now. Every day we change it up. We're putting it in a pill. We're putting it in a liquid. We're putting it in a salve. You know, my dog has it. Their dog has it. But first, it starts with seed. You got to have seed. Stable genetics in America, guys. Then, what do you do then? How do you get the flower to the extractor? Guys, let me lean back here without falling off my chair. What do you got here? We pelletize everything before we actually send it through and extract. You get the most surface area when you actually extract from a pellet. So bam, and you can stabilize your genetics across state lines so nothing's hot. There you go. That's how you do it. Random knowledge, guys. Do you guys know if you peel the stalk of the plant like a banana peel, what does that do? That's 3D printing filament, and that's your fabric. So it takes you to everything. They build houses. They grow 1 million acres of hemp every year in China. They build houses and 3D print houses in less than, several hours.
24 hours.
Yeah, it's like several hours and boom. It's like not days. It's like, it's what, less than $1,000, I think, for cellulose of that. It's like not crazy. And the house is really cool. You got to be busy. You got to write notes. You got to evolve. It takes time. And don't do too much all at once. That's my lesson of the day. There you go. JC Hemp 101. That was my first thing. This is what we got last. This is a kilo of extract right there, guys. This is 81% with non-detect for EU, which means it's under 0.2. It's 0.12. It could fly around the world and be like almost 0.0 THC. So that's EU compliant. Ships everywhere to Europe, everywhere to the US, and it's distillate. It's not the black goo. It's not the black goo.
While we're waiting for them to get that ready, let me ask you a quick question, JC.
Go for it.
How do you feel, or what have you heard about the DEA trying to come after fucking extracts?
Well, I heard that. I mean, obviously, you got to be in compliance all the way through. So I don't really have a voice. I've heard some rumor that there's such going on. And obviously, everybody needs to be within compliance. I've heard this D8 rumor and this, that, and the other. I don't mess with D8. I don't have anything to do with THC. We strip all the THC out, or we put it in an value product. We put it in with a carrier oil like hemp seed oil or MCT. But the DEA, I'm not worried about it at all. I've been in this since 2014. I'm being handed samples. Hey guys, for every minute we're on here, we'll give 60 of these away or whatever. These are our samples, 500 milligram salves.
Sorry, go ahead.
So, anyways, but hey, I'm not worried about it at all. I feel bad for people weren't in compliance from the very beginning. You got to be traceability. Take it from the farm, have the black to get it out of the field. And
I don't want to. I don't have my notes right in front of me. And I don't want to get crazy and say the wrong thing. But basically, they're not trying to just come after. Oh, you're not compliant. They're trying to say that let's say you have an extractor, right? So if you're getting if you're processing you're tolling your hemp, and that tolled hemp is above 3%, that is no longer viable. You have to toss that. It's gone. It's garbage. You can't use extract that comes out of a plant that exceeds the limit. Even though once we process it back into like candy, it will be below the legal limit. They don't care.
Right. Well, again, I think it's back to, you said disregard. It's back to you can't, it's non-human consumption. That's why it says not for resale. Right there, right?
Yeah, it's not letting him. It's not letting him back
final
in.
product, but right here's a final product. So again, you can't sell or get the extract unless you put it into an added value product. At the end of the day, get it in the chain of custody. Keep it in your chain of custody. I know it's a gray area that's now like on the front stage. Obviously, if you're telling me that. So I mean, obviously, the commodity shifting just extract to anybody without a hemp license would not be advisable. You have to have a hemp license and be licensed in your state. So again, I'm not worried about, because we're fully licensed. I had the first bank in Oregon for the hemp industry at Maps Credit. I mean,
Nice.
boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not worried about it, but I could talk all day on it too. I mean,
For sure.
So people not to be having any issues, but I hear Colorado. I mean, just talk about Colorado in the sense they don't even, there's not testing for every single farm. That makes it hard. And then if it's that random, then what happens to the guy who doesn't get tested? I personally, as a processor, wouldn't bring it into my facility unless it had that compliance paperwork and blessing to come out of the field.
Mm-hmm.
It's really play. Oregon, we test all the crops.
Oh, of course. My biggest concern for this is, and here's the problem. Yes and no. There are a lot of things, a lot of rules, a lot of things that we've learned from the agricultural industries that we do need to pay attention to. And I understand that. But there's also a lot of things about the agricultural industry, especially in America, that are wrong and need to stop happening. And trying to set regulations around those types of behaviors are not only bad for the environment, they're bad for the end user, they're bad for the farmer, they're bad for a lot of things. And getting regulations in place to take care of things and over-regulating things that are really not important and under-regulating things that are important has been a huge problem in marijuana since day one, and is continuing and showing its rearing its ugly head again with hemp, with this new DEA problem. If you're going to, we're trying to, mass produce a product for the masses, we worry about the safety of the masses when it comes to the end product. When it goes that, like your extract says not for consumption for the public. That's not who it's for. It's industry insiders. We don't go in, and nobody's sitting there going in and checking every single cow and making sure that every single cow only has X percentage of salmonella in its blood before it's butchered. No, right. We kill the cows and then we handle the salmonella after the freaking fact. That's it. Like they're putting the cart before the horse on stuff that is ridiculous and retarded. The funnel goes the other direction, and you're trying to pre-funnel, and all that's doing is slowing the process down, adding additional tax, additional cost, which supposedly gets moved on to the consumer, but it really doesn't. It gets dumped on the farmer, it gets dumped on the manufacturer, and then it gets dumped on the consumer as well. And then there's a bunch of regulatory bodies that don't actually oversee or get anything done correctly, that run around and have these problems. Did we get everything working?
No.
Okay.
He's on we're working on it still.
Okay, gotcha. I heard the buzzer. I thought John maybe had hit the buzzer on me because we were done working.
I know. I thought it was like stop
right on track. There's a lot of issues out there, and it does get dumped on the farmer, and they get the lowest return. I mean, if you think of food moving forward in the hemp industry, I mean, the farmer gets 50 cents to 75 cents a pound per seed, hemp seed. It's not even covering overhead right now in America. If you have
he's
only non-irrigation, but if you have irrigation, you're not covering overhead at 50 cents a pound. I mean, you're only getting 500 pounds per acre if you're non-irrigated, 1,500, 500 pounds per acre if you're irrigated. And we need to grow seed, and grow hemp from seed to create a seed. It creates everything in between. We can get the chaff material. We can create stuff from the matured stock. It's all good.
I mean, look at the fact we can't even sell the plant biomass protein that's left over. We can't per the farm bill, we can't even sell that. That's pure plant protein. Spirulina,
Yep,
chlorella.
I have
plant proteins. How much does spirulina or chlorella sell for at a Whole Food store right now in a bottle?
Took me several
to $75 or $80 for a little bottle of that crap. And I have to here in Colorado, we have a huge problem with plant biomass just getting gone to waste because there's no downstream for it. There's no logistics.
The downstream, unfortunately, you have ethanol is really the easiest way to set up extraction. And Colorado went big on that. You can't use the leftovers from ethanol based, anything that was ethanol, you can't get it purged off enough to feed a cow. On that level, any regulatory isn't letting you do that. But CO2 extraction, it's allowed if you just feed it to your cow, but you can't sell it, right? To be able to sell it to a product, there has to be some hurdles to jump. And if you go to non-human consumption, you can obviously go right now. But that's unfortunate. We can't put something besides seed into food, and there's not enough seed to go around.
There might be speakers that I can just plug in right there on the top of the bag.
Start with the seed, and then obviously there's a lot of issues in the ag world. I went out there that first year in 2015. I was not a farmer. I went out there to meet farmers, turn them from hay farmers and non-money producing farmers that are just in debt every year. I'm like, hey, we can change America. We can build infrastructure. Everybody wanted to run for CBD, so here we are. We have a lot of CBD. We'll see what happens from there. And the compliant CBD, it's like there's like horse race at the beginning. People need to worry about the middle. There's a lot of people in the middle need to have some well-being. The end is there. We can see that people can drop out of spend millions of dollars and fail that first year. Or you can have all these people with wealthy, they make it because they're just using people. But in the middle, the farmer and the people doing the hard work need to get paid at the end of the day to use less indoor lights, maybe, and indoor labor, and go a little more outdoor, get some stable genetics, and create seed. I don't know.
After the housing collapse in what was that, between 2005 and 2010, when all that nonsense happened, legalized marijuana in Colorado, California, and Oregon, all those states, they pulled us out of the drink. Don't let anybody say otherwise. They were the ones that money came and took care of a lot of infrastructure repairs, a lot of problems with our economy after that.
You guys got the speakers
work. I think they're almost done with the speakers. And now we have hemp.
Oh, we got it.
Got it?
Yeah, we got it.
We had
170
hopefully it's not referred
million tax revenue for Oregon last year in 2019. 170 million. That's a lot for our economy.
Huge. All right, Max and Jay, we got you guys back.
Yeah.
We got it back.
Technical difficulties resolved. Hopefully.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. So we're in round 2. We've got 60 seconds on the clock. Stevie Rocks, you ready? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
All right, good. All right. Do I need to do I do need to do a real quick recap. Not dancing does not have to do with music. It is a talent. It was a talent that he learned a long time ago, not in the last 5 years or so. He does do it in front of, or will do it in front of his parents. It's not embarrassing. I think that covers pretty much everything.
Movement of the body.
It could have been in the beginning.
Could have been. All right, you guys ready? 60 seconds. Go.
Does this have to do with you contorting your arms or limbs?
Yes.
Flexibility is important.
So, okay. I just wanted to make sure. All right, go for it.
Does it involve any other props?
Yes.
Does it involve a mat?
Yes.
All right.
Does it involve height?
Yes.
I don't have another one. If you have another one, go for it.
Does it involve a fall?
Yes.
Does it involve tumbling?
Time.
Dang, that was good.
That was your last one, so it involves a fall. All right, all
Making
right.
progress.
Good
Making
question.
major progress. You're paying attention. JC, that's a lot of information coming to you in this round. Yes or no questions. No guesses.
Right.
Yes or no questions.
Good questions.
Are you ready?
Are you a gymnast?
No.
Hmm. Are you a yoga instructor?
No.
You have to phrase those differently because those could be guesses at what the secret is.
Right.
So,
But no.
no, it does not. It does not involve being. It's not a gym in the gym, and it's not a yoga thing.
Do you hold the record on a certain yoga move?
No.
Not a record holder.
Do you
Not in yoga moves.
Not in yoga moves. Correct.
what about martial arts? Something to do with martial arts.
Not
Nothing to do
martial
with-
arts.
Did you go to the Olympics?
What was that?
Any
Say that
Olympics?
again?
Did I go to the Olympics? Is that the question?
Yeah.
No. No.
No, we did not go to the Olympics. All right, that was the last question. All right,
Good questions.
very good questions. Very good questions. Mike, we're going back to you. Now it's your time to make a guess.
Mike's deep. Go, Mike.
Guess at what the secret is.
Your time to make a guess at what the secret is.
Has to do with talent.
Froze up again. Come on, guy. It's like commercials at the wrong time.
Right?
I'm thinking.
All right. Well, I got to put a timer on it. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of the last, some of the last questions that were asked and the answers,
Thanks.
and then I got to put you on a 15 seconds to make your guess. Okay.
Okay.
So hold on.
You got, and I didn't hear any.
Deep. Gotta go, go.
It involves a mat. It involves flexibility. It is not done in a gym, and it does not involve yoga. 15 seconds. You got to give me something. Go.
Camper.
Say
You're an
that
avid
again?
camper.
No.
No,
Alright.
not camping.
That was my guess.
Jay, Max and Jay, I think they may have figured it out already, but let's see what they got. Max and Jay, do you guys got a guess? for me?
It's a wild guess, but Pilates?
Pilates.
No.
No.
Not Pilates.
Body.
Not Pilates. I'm not sure how you went from high to Pilates, but we're good.
Yeah, I was like,
They were
Yeah.
cheap there too. I thought they had it as well.
I definitely don't have it.
I mean, when he said mat and falling, I mean, is it?
Oh, I forgot about the falling
Tramp-
thing.
Hold on,
I don't know. I
don't-
wouldn't know what to call it, but I feel like you like do some crazy bar spin thing and land on the and do the splits or something crazy like that.
Contorting the body.
Yeah, that's going to be a no. We're going to move on to
It's
Jay.
gonna be a no. Yeah, I thought so.
When you find out what the secret is, you're going to realize how funny that statement is. So, JC,
That's not how it always works.
JC, do you got a guess for us, JC?
Are you doing something on a trampoline?
No.
Wait,
I broke-
let me. I'll pause that before you say that. Let me ask this. So, Stevie Rock, you never did training on a trampoline?
No, not on trampolines.
No. Word.
No.
Good to know. Moving on. So your guess was it have to do no trampolines. All right. We're gonna go into round. We're going into round 3. Now, before we go into round 3, We're going to have a little chat with Max and Jay. But I'm also going to inform you guys that as we come out of this, round 3, you're only going to have 30 seconds to ask yes or no questions. So time is going to speed up. We're also going to offer you guys at the beginning of the round an opportunity to get a hint. Okay? And if you choose to take the hint, Steve gets a little bonus. He gets a little bonus. But first, before we do that, let's say hello to Max and Jay from Dabbing and Chatting with Max and Jay. What's going on, boys?
Hey guys. So of course my name's Max. My face is on the shirt.
I'm Jacob.
He's Jay. He's Jay on the channel. Hey guys. So what we do here in Phoenix, we dabbing and chatting on products, and we talk about the products. If not, we also talk about the dispensaries that I visit to. So it's like a little dispensary review. Right now, it's not really a good review because everyone's wearing masks and everything's all jacked up. So can't really give an honest review right now. But other than that, we pretty much try to talk about certain subjects about maybe future enhancements of human life, or things that are going around in the valley that you can do, just stuff like that. It's just like a little thing we just put together, and we just been dabbing and chatting for how many episodes? 7, 8?
It'll be the 10th one.
Or 10th one. So our 10th one will be.
You guys ask any questions like media, like how many fish live underwater or anything good like?
No.
No, but we have
How many fish do live underwater, guys?
a lot.
A lot.
Right. All live underwater. But where's this? Where do you find the most fish according to my daughter? She's 14 now. On the back of this shirt, I actually put that joke. Where do you find the most fish according to my daughter? You can't see it very well, but the bottom line, where do you find the most fish according to my daughter every time? Her name is Aurora.
I don't know.
In
the TV? I don't know.
And restaurant freezers.
There you go. I've heard a little this and that before. The most common is in the ocean or underwater. I'm like, that's good. Look at this. She says between its head and its tail. So we find the most.
Well,
so then you just go like this.
go for that one.
And what's our first U.S. flag made of? Oh, that's right.
Hemp.
Our first U.S. flag made of hemp.
Hey, you just took
So yesterday I'm asking the questions.
You took right over,
You
didn't
just
you?
took our
fucking
spot,
love
bro. You took over our spot. What are you doing?
He's chatting with Max and Jay.
I smoked a joint, guys. I'm the hemp master. CBD live television. I gotta like.
So the last
Check us out on YouTube.
Yeah, check it out.
Having and chatting Max and Jay.
And Joseph, with that, maybe we'll keep you in mind and having you as a guest.
Yeah.
Do that. And I'm on the front lines.
Joseph, you were on their show last episode. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds
Go on the show for sure.
New episodes Mondays, hopefully.
Yeah, if he's on schedule. But you know, it all depends on how he's feeling Sunday. So
We had these guys on. So that would be up Monday.
yeah, so
Incorrigible Candy Co.
So it's a nice long episode of Incorrigible Candy. So
Yeah, fantastic.
yeah.
All right, let's get back into the questions. We're going into the third round. Time's about to speed up. All right, Carmen, we're back to you. Yes or no questions. There was some funny questions that you forgot about, like how did it involve a fall? Are you ready to go for your questions?
Yeah.
All right, hit it.
Does it have to do with rock climbing?
No.
No, good question.
Is it a sport?
Yes.
Do you do it in nature?
No.
I mean, it's
Does it
outside.
involve throwing
You-
something?
No.
Does
Not
it
throwing
involve? Is it a solo activity?
Hammer.
Well,
I'll let you answer that.
yes,
Mainly?
it is. But technically, I'm just going to say yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's a solo activity. That was your last question. That was the last
Okay.
question, Mike. That was
Okay.
just 30 seconds. All right. Back to Max and Jay. Max and Jay. You ready?
Yeah. Do you swing?
No.
Does it involve
Well,
acrobatics of any kind?
wait a minute. Swing. Yes.
Yes, yes to swinging. Continue.
Do you need a running start?
Yes.
Shoot.
For the
yeah.
10 seconds.
the microdose, boys. Microdose.
Microdose. Yeah, I should. Oh, dang it. I got nothing. Yeah.
Time.
Darn it.
All right. Going to JC. JC, you ready? 30 seconds on the clock.
ready.
Yes or no questions. Don't guess what it is, but try to narrow it down. Go.
Do you walk on a rope?
No.
You need a running head start.
Oh, that's right. Thank you,
He
Mike.
said.
Helping out from the spa there. Are
True,
you
Mike.
Does it take training to do what you do?
Yes.
You got to get a license to do what you do.
No.
Do you buy your own equipment and you just like can take a passenger with what you do?
No.
No. And that's your time.
Oh man, I'm going for paragliding.
All right. All right. So, Mike, it's time to go to the guess of the round. Go ahead and guess for me.
Mike.
I don't know. I'm thinking.
You got 15
Mike has
seconds.
like hair. I got like hair, the wacky hair. Max, do you got any hair underneath that hat? There you go. What about you
100%, baby.
got up there?
Running head start. Falling. Cliff jumping?
Negative. Mike and Jay. Max and Jay. Mike and Jay. I'm having a day with names today. What is wrong with my names today?
Come on,
Good
freeze.
God. I am sorry. Mike Carmen, Max and Jay. Please.
You're an acrobat.
No.
That's not it, but yeah, okay. JC, I know you got a guess for me, and you already kicked one out. So let's try another one. What's your guess?
Do you do this jumping off a cliff?
No,
Is
guess. Guess what the actual. You can guess what the secret is. Just say paragliding. It's not paragliding. It's not paragliding.
No.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, people and people. We're going into round 4. This is the final round. Final round is a fucking lightning round. So it's gonna be 15 seconds of yes or no questions. 15 seconds. We're gonna be fast. We're gonna blow through those. Before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and give JC here his official moment in the sun to talk about what he's got going on over here at Oregon Vitality, and what kind of products, what you got going on. Tell me your stuff. Hit me.
You guys are all sitting on the edge of your seats. Max is about to jump.
Yeah, that's right, man.
What's this Willy Wonka guy
Check
got?
out dabbing and chatting.
Whoa.
Jay
No. You don't get this
on YouTube.
No. We're
Max
the
and
candy
Jay, I
guys.
thought they're up to something. Okay, so Oregon Vitality guys, for a long time I showed up with just an idea of how to help people, and I wanted to put CBD for an affordable price out to people. So we finally got our Oregon Vitality products out, gold tins, because I have a Wonka factory. We work out of the beer industry, and in the beer industry, you need Anheuser-Busch, Miller Coors, New Belgium. Even New Belgium came out with the HPA, the Hemperor, right? That's a beautiful beer. They made hundreds of millions of dollars in 2017 on beer coming from Colorado. Someone had to extract their alpha acid and make hops into their beer, but that hemp swaying behind me right there needs to be extracted as well. And it's green, it's sticky, it's a cousin of the hops plant. And we now put it into a crude form, as discussed earlier, not for human consumption, and then put it into a carrier oil. Then we can move it out of the factory and then put it, with coconut oil, MCT, hemp seed oil, and throw it out into a bottle for an affordable price. I mean, 2,000 milligrams for $74.95, or 500 milligrams for a free sample if anyone gets a hold of me at organvitality.com. 500 milligrams, 1 ounce, bam, free. I'll send them out. Whoever gets a hold of me. I have 2 ounces. You know, I mean,
how do they get a hold of you?
Affordable prices,
Joseph. How do they get a hold of you, Joseph?
And get a hold of
We'll have a link.
organvitality.com or call me at 503-755-HEMP.
Oh, dang.
Dude.
Me, my
Yeah,
phone.
You got the hemp in it.
You'll call the hemp master if you call that number.
The hemp master. I like that. What was that phone number again? It was 503.
503-755-HEMP. HEMP. 4367.
Definitely gonna have to get some of that product and show it out on my show.
There you go. There you go.
So you guys can watch at on YouTube.
While I had
Chat with Max and Jay.
Davin.
Yeah.
Well, I got you guys talking about that. Let's talk about that real quick. You know, in back in the days, most of us are salesmen of some sort. You know, word of mouth sales was number one. Today, it's all about cooperative sales online, working together as a team, cross promotion, same difference. Shake that hand. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right.
All right. So we're going to dip away from you, JC. We'll come back to you after the show, after this. But we're going to jump back into the game real quick. We're going into the final round. You guys are going to have 15 seconds of yes or no questions. And obviously, his secret is just very elusive, regardless of the fact that basically we've described everything that you have to do this secret. But, you know, who am I? I'm just the host. Moving on.
See what happens when you get a bunch of stoners together?
That's no question.
Works every time.
You got 15 seconds coming to you. Go.
Wait, who?
You, Mike Collins.
Glitched. You glitched. All right.
Oh, you glitched. Okay, no problem. I'm resetting. Whenever you're ready, yes or no questions. Time starts when you ask your first question.
Does it have to do with water?
No.
No
Does it have
water.
to do with trees?
No.
Does it have to do with any special equipment?
Yes.
Fine. That's gonna kill that. All right, Max and Jay. I don't even know what I'm supposed to say.
Oh, God.
Or some of the. I mean, don't get me wrong. Mike asked some of the most thoughtful, inspired questions. You guys are pretty much just like right on the money all the time, but I don't know how you're figuring it out. But you got to figure it out. Yes or no questions. Whenever you're ready, as soon as you ask your question, time starts. Go.
I don't have anything, dude. No, this is
Okay.
There's no water.
Okay, there's no water. Okay. You free fall.
Yes.
I don't know.
Does it involve a vehicle?
No.
Time's up. So yeah, time's up.
I don't know.
Down to JC. JC.
Okay, can I just guess it straight up, or do I have to ask him?
No, you have to right now. You have to ask yes or no questions. Guessing is going to come in just a second after your turn. So,
You have to wear special shoes. Would be best.
Yes.
Here we go. What about a rope that wraps around you?
No.
Oh, safety rope.
10 seconds.
Do you wear a hat? A helmet?
No.
No helmet.
Wow, no helmet. You're a badass.
All right. That's gonna end your time, JC. We're going to the guessing portion of the game. I'm gonna ask you guys a real quick question. Would y'all like a hint? Would you guys like a hint?
That'd be nice.
Just a bit.
I'm gonna give you guys a little hint. This is your hint. It is a scholastic activity. All right. Mike Carmen.
That could either help or really help or really hurt.
It can. That's why it's a great fucking hint, man.
Absolutely.
If I do say so myself, I mean,
What?
His
No,
job
I
is
mean,
done.
I think I would
Was
be
it,
using
was it a
this,
yes
but
or a no when I said, does it have to do with nature?
it was
It
a
was-
no.
I don't know.
So it
a
doesn't have to do with nature.
Has
Okay.
not to do with nature.
All right.
You
So I
asked
just
the two questions that you both all had on that were very important for you were that it involved a mat and it involved a fall from a height.
he free falls. Free falling.
stunt jumper.
Stunt jump.
Oh, but that's close-ish.
Stunt-
It's
Stunt man.
adjacent. It's
Ooh.
adjacent. Good try.
Nice
Max and
try.
Jay. Max and Jay.
You bungee fall, bungee drop.
Not bungee.
No rope.
Oh,
No.
no. That's right.
No. It's the best thing
One.
about being how y'all
gotta
forget
guess.
all the questions. All right. JC,
No,
this is your opportunity for redemption. This is
Why
the
do
last guess.
Just to enlighten my head of what this could be. No rope, no helmet. He has some badass shoes on. He's streaking down the street. Who knows what he's doing with those great glasses on. Okay. Playing the guitar, contorting his body. Oh, I don't know. Are you in a circus? Are you in television in Nashville? You're on
Wah, wah.
time's over.
And that's going to wrap it up. Sorry, gentlemen.
Lightning.
You failed to guess his secret. Winner, chicken and dinner with a whole bag of cash, goodies, and prizes is going out to Stevie Rock and his My Song List app and StevieRockMusic.com. Would you like to share with our audience and with our panelists what
The
your
back
actual
handspring
secret
is.
Sure. Well, I did break my high school record as a high school pole vaulter.
Oh,
man.
Oh, how many
Free
times did you get like
falling.
right there?
dang it.
You're like, fall the
Nice,
pole?
good job.
Oh, you guys were so close. So close.
When I thought stunt jumper, that was the one right after.
That was, yeah.
I
That
thought you
was,
were
that
He
was,
does swing his body over.
Swinging.
Nah, damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, see. Oh, damn, man.
What grade were you in when you did that, Stevie Rock?
That was- That was fun as hell. That was
Good one.
awesome. That was awesome.
Steve,
How old were you? That Stevie?
I was in high
super
school.
happy to keep you on the show.
was
If you want to hang out and keep talking, we're gonna do a little something a little different for the back end of the show. Are you gonna stay with us?
I'm hanging, man.
All
Thank
right,
you
cool.
guys.
Hang out with us. All right, guys. Due to traffic problems, our second contestant is not able to get to the computer in time and is not going to be able to be on. But that's okay because we went a little over on our time in the first round, and we're just going to talk about some cool stuff anyway. I know that this guy JC over here has some things that he wants to say. I know that Mike is going to be interested in some of these things, and I know you guys will probably hear about it too. Let's just talk about hemp industry stuff. Let's talk about what we're trying to do, what we want to see happening in the industry, where we think it's going, what we're worried about. I'm going to keep a couple of quick questions that I've had written down here, and I'll throw them out there, and we'll go from there. How's that sound?
Sounds good with me.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good. I'll stick around.
Fantastic. So to everybody, this is the question. Both marijuana and hemp, kind of in the same kind of crowd. What is your biggest fear about what you see going on in the industry right now? Just your biggest fear about what you see going on in the industry right now. Anyone?
You know, it was mind blowing to me. I just had a lunch with someone I thought was moving and shaking in the world, and they said they keep saying they're in the flower world, and I'm just, the concern I have is anybody in the hemp world stepping out of line at such a big scale to try to suffice anyone coming after them with some quick money in the marijuana black market world. I mean, I've seen a lot of people coming after my farmers. My farmers don't have a solution, and the farmers are taking chances. You know, I'm like, hey, what's your COA? Or, oh, I didn't have anybody even ask for a COA. What do you mean? You know, get a COA for everything, test everything. So, I mean, keep it compliant from the very start. And then, again, what I see is just obviously movement forward across America. There's a lot of people that don't know the rules and regulation. I think Oregon did a pretty good job, but overall, there's a lot of things to change. Colorado, there's movement forward in the food industry for the hemp, but also the cannabis THC world. You know, you got so many areas where the taxation, they're seeing such taxation in cannabis, like $170 million in tax revenue for the state of Oregon last year. Now, you know, shifting into other states like Chicago, Illinois, and other states. Now Oregon's actually did really well, but they upped their percentage just behind the scenes. You know, just a couple months back, our governor upped the percentage when we were doing really good of taxes on cannabis, and they're just going to continue to do that. So that's my fears: over taxation. Got to get some regulation, make sure the testing labs are stable without these variances of 30%. You know, THC variances is fine, but we work in such tight margins in the CBD world. We want no THC, not extreme THC. So the labs are working. You need labs that are not just DEA labs, but labs that are focused on or testing the cannabinoids correctly. High CBD, high THC, or otherwise low THC. You know, there's a lot there. And I'm sorry to just kind of ramble on, but
No, you're good. You're good. I agree with you on that. I when I asked that question, I had 4 things in my mind, and you already answered. You already said one of them, so that eliminates that, whittling my list down. So absolutely, continue, Mike. What about you? I know you've had your foot in the door, and you've been at a lot of farms to see a lot of stuff. So what makes you nervous?
I think the taxation thing was a point that I thought about, but didn't think I would mention. But I don't know, just like, yeah, the lack of self-regulating on certain levels of processing, people just not caring about how they dry things. They just do it really hastily and don't really think it out, which leads to a lot of like lower quality products. And then they just talk it up. People who are on a deadline to find products will buy it and then make bad products that, like, I don't think are necessarily what I would want to ingest when I see like the whole process. And there's been a few like farms that I've worked for that throughout that harvest season, they didn't take those extra measures to like ensure a quality dry and processing after the dry, and just getting those things getting out there with no oversight. It's just like a fact in reality that I'm aware of from doing all the different consulting and post-harvest work and staffing for farms over the past 2 years. Like that just, it blows my mind how those companies stay doing things.
Right. 100%. 100%. I agree with you on that. That's so far my list is just getting whittled down person by person. So yeah, 100%. I agree. Steve Rocks, what's up?
And I'm not in this conversation, actually.
You're not in this one? You got nothing to say on it? Nothing about legalization?
Huh? I'm a consumer. I'm just a consumer. I wish that people weren't as stigmatized about it and would just lighten up. That's just where I'm at. Other than that, I like the progress being made. I'm a little bit farther away from you guys here in Tennessee, so you know it's relatively new, and the thinking here is it's this and it's not that. So it's still kind of hard for people to accept CBD. They still marijuana, you know, evil weed or whatever. But even with that said, we still have kind of a weird, you know, thinking where marijuana is bad. But it's coming around. I didn't think it would be in my lifetime where it is right now. But from some of my friends that actually are growers out here, that's been the problem, is they have this idea of they're going to grow some shit and make some money off it because it's the Wild West out here of hemp, and don't realize on the back end how much it takes to put into that to get out what you need to actually have a big bottle of that shit that you've got down there, JC, that's to make all of the products out.
Right. It's 22 pounds to make a kilo.
So yeah, and so they
22 pounds, but there's certain.
Then on top of that, we've got regulations coming in where they're saying we're going to come in and test your plants, and if any of them have any percentage of this, you know, we're going to say no, you can't do it. That's even.
Yeah, Donovan, that's one of my biggest fears that I didn't get to express, is that the lack of education and people who could actually kind of fuck you up.
Oh, you have to be educated at your own level. You got to be your own lawyer. You got to be.
I guess I did have something to say after all. All right.
100% something to say.
Good job, Steve. You're back. Pulling him in, Donovan.
And see, the thing is, Steve is the reason I want your opinion on that is you are an industry outsider, but you're a consumer, and your opinion on this is really what matters, because your opinion is what's going to sway or dissuade whether or not the DEA has the right to come take all of our shit or not. That's the
Right.
The DA doesn't have any power, or the Fed is going to give up on all that shit if the consumers are like, no, we want this and we want that and we want these things because of this, this, and this. And that comes from education. They don't know what products they want or what's going to help them in their. First of all, and I'm not going to get up on a high horse too long on this one. I'll keep this one really short. But first of all, the knowledge and the money that's being spent, everybody's arguing about what should be legal and what shouldn't be legal, instead of arguing about what helps what does what, and go from there. Like, we don't even, like, there's things that we argue about that aren't even how do I say this without rolling myself under the bus. You eat CBD, your stomach acid turns it into THC. You eat cannabinoids of any kind, your body activates its endocannabinoid system and starts repairing itself. That's what they're for. So arguing about whether or not I'm capable of operating a crane or doing heart surgery while I have them in my system, that's one argument, but that argument gets confused with completely other arguments, like how much percentage should be in distillate when no consumer is buying distillate. Who cares? You know? So I'll get off of that. Max and Jay.
Less than 4 months, that tree outgrows 40 years of that tree behind me. You just put 30 pounds of seed per acre, you get 200 trees per acre. You outgrow 40 years of trees in 4 months.
Damn.
You bale it like hay. It's not, this looks like a bale of hay. It's just a big round bale.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. That's crazy.
Us
Go, being, as me being as a medical user and used to be a recreational user, it's pretty the law. I've been in trouble for it, I should say, and the law should be lifted up for decriminalizing and legalizing marijuana. And that's my part on it. On hemp,
amen.
I see hemp as a possible product of the future. You know what I mean? There's so many things that can be made out of hemp. It'd be stupid not to take the advantage of this product. I mean, of this material that's been given to us.
That's the education thing that I'm worried about going a little bit further for just the mass in general. It's like cannabis and hemp or marijuana and hemp are the same plant. It's cannabis. It's just high THC and then low THC, and then it's how you intend to use it and like what you do with it. But if we all had like no restrictions on intentions to use a plant of any kind, like if I tell you how to make salsa with your tomatoes, you're probably not gonna like me as a person. Why should anyone, government, otherwise be given that power over a plant in your life? You know, and it's just the argument that I don't understand. You know, the mass really grasping yet. It's kind of like it's still taboo in some places that are just opening up. Like I'm from Texas. I've been in Colorado for 5 years or so, and every time I go back, it's just kind of like it's still a little shock off factor when you like smoke a bowl or a joint.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You know what's funny to me is we call it Silicon Valley, all right? But nobody's in there regulating how they press their silicon, how they make their chips, what chemicals they use, how their mines operate. Because those mines, they poison whole ecosystems.
Oh, yeah.
They kill hundreds of thousands of native people. They cause tons of
other countries how to regulate
damage. But Silicon Valley isn't regulated on how they produce their silicon. And the silicon is not what makes the fucking valley. It's the mines and how they use the silicon to create other products, other industries off of those products. Like your cart horse. Put it in the right place.
It's not to get off what you're saying, Donovan, is all really important. And like Mike was saying, those are produced in other countries. They should be regulated. And the thing is, with hemp, it's been produced for hundreds of years, thousands of years around the world, and it's been used on our planet for 12,000 years plus. But get this, 20, 30 years, Europe and Canada has been developing genetics that are stable. We go back to the seed. Go back to the seed. If you guys ever hear, weird noises, because I got a tambourine. It's the only instrument I really can actually play. I bring it in the car, I listen to music. You got to be as random as it gets. You got to wear the big hat. You got to wear the boots in the field. You got to show up every single day. The hemp industry is evolving. Starts with the seed. Canada can bring seed to food here to America. That's why they have hemp food companies. They're worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Hemp Foods Canada and everything else. They have a market because they've been developing a stock of the plant, and they have no market, but they have the seed. So they've not had the ability to bring CBD to the market from Europe or Canada into America. CBD comes from America to America, but CBD then launches out to the world. So you got to build other markets than just here for CBD, but then also move it into hemp foods, create a seed from a seed. You just do that by putting it in a corn drill and then, cutting it down with a combine. Everybody has the infrastructure out there. It's a rotation crop.
100%.
There.
Yeah, that's what I plan on doing out in New York. My business partner for Hemp Nexus has 30, 40 acres in western New York, about 30 minutes north of Pennsylvania, in like a rainforesty area called Allegheny County. And we're going to be contracting next year a bunch of different farms to grow for grain or CBD, depending on what they want, but try to, keep them far enough apart for the grain to not pollinate them.
10,000 acres if you need grain, Montana, North Dakota.
Yeah, I know a couple Minnesota, Montana, and North Dakota grain farmers as well from the road trip that I went on.
Yeah, pushes you way ahead rather than taking time to grow it, but definitely get full vertical and grow it. I suggest that's a good way to move forward and show people transparency.
Heck yeah. All right. Next up, let's switch paces a little bit. And man, actually, I just totally lost my train of thought.
Well,
I tell you, and it just went out my head. All right. So, on that note.
You guys know where the i3 BMW is made up in Upper Washington State? The i3 BMW had about 12,000 units that sold when they first launched about 5 years ago. Now they sold 45,000 units in 2019. It's a 3D printed cellulose fiber hemp car. It's a BMW. So guys, the battery is 3D, the battery is amazing too, because it's hemp fiber coming from the Mittling group.
That's
David
cool.
invented
that's
battery.
badass.
Hemp batteries, guys. They're already patented in America.
We saw that. We saw you.
Canadian fiber. You bring in hemp from other countries. We're already the biggest market for it.
Right. Yeah.
Countries. We need to grow it here and build infrastructure in our local communities.
Yeah. If anything, this is what we should be our industry of what mass.
That's right. I mean, I love you guys' show, and I appreciate you having me on here. But this could be a whole education thing. We could do it all the whole time. It'd be great.
I wanna have the ultimate goal is to have a talk show, to have guests come on and talk about these kind of things with the following. But we're working up to that, and there's some things we're trying to get squared away. But definitely, we're on the pilot now, I guess. But definitely, the thing is that I think you and I should definitely get together and just do. We should just do a show where we just talk. And we'll talk about a few things, because there's some stuff that we should talk about. And I really want to talk. I want to get together with. I want to do a kind of a panel like this with a number of people in different industries, because there is a lot. Like, here's the thing. I'm going to ask JC some questions right now, and I guarantee he probably knows the numbers, or he can guesstimate them close enough, and those numbers are going to be astronomically mind-boggling to most people. Like, right now, you said America is the #1 hemp market on the planet for all the things that come from hemp, not just CBD, fabric, batteries, new technology, plastics. I can keep going for hours on all the things that we consume that actually are either already manufactured from hemp were manufactured from hemp in the past and it stopped being manufactured from hemp, or are being manufactured from hemp now and are the best things on the market. Hemp batteries, hemp, you said Silicon Valley earlier, but hemp transistors,
Caffeine.
hemp capacitors, all
Well,
these
guys,
things.
it's every rope and every gymnasium in every school in America. It's a hemp rope. We all climbed it. It's every rope naval ship in America. Every one since 76.
I said it on. I think I said it on your guys' show the other day. Hemp is hemp. One of the largest ambassadors for hemp and tried to stop the ban on hemp was the United States military, because we used hemp for everything.
Yes.
Hemp oil,
Hemp for victory.
Cannabis.
Their suits.
The whole U.S. Constitution, the whole ship was made out of hemp.
Yeah, the
Everything
whole ship. It's in Boston Harbor right now. It's the USS Constitution right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Sure.
It was required. You had to make 1/10 of your like crops hemp fields back then, hemp for the war.
Right.
Like it was like an American thing.
That's right. It
Why
wasn't
is it?
American. They used bales in battle. They used bales to roll the bales up. These
I'm
big
listening.
2,000 bales
I'm listening.
get shot. They've used the bales as like their barrier.
That's
They
what
won
I'm saying.
the war down there in the South because of these bales.
So let me ask you this, JC. You probably got a guess on this. How much money do you think the United States loses out on because we had a ban on hemp in the United States?
Oh, it's you can't even put a number.
Trillions.
It's guys. It's get this. China grows 1 million acres every year and turns into everything they bring to us. It's already here in our lives. It's already here. It's 3D print. Think of it. They 3D print houses. They could 3D print that little package of chips or whatever the heck they're bringing to us. I don't know where Takis come from. I thought it comes from China. It's probably come from Illinois. My daughter eats those things, man. They must give you heartburn. I mean, 12 probably need acid reflux stuff. They're 14 now.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Those things give me. Those give me the shits, man. I can't eat those damn things.
Oh, that's like, go there, but that's things in our now, unfortunately. Mike, you can probably get intellectual on our food. We need to be healthy and have a live food coming through our body, and that's the thing. Seed. You need live seed created from a plant. It's the most healthy superfood on the planet is a hemp plant, a cannabis plant. Has cannabinoids in it to help our body. Guys, I used to be 312 pounds. Guys, I'm 100 pounds. You never knew me when I was heavy, but here we go. Let's get off the seat. guys, I actually varsityed in basketball my freshman year. I got called for goaltending my 8th grade year, and I got a technical. I got sharpshooter award. I am as good as it gets when you're actually, constancy of purpose. Give me a tool. I have a Wonka factory. I have every tool you need to get hemp through the system legally. No DA problems. We had the first hemp processing license in America for this scale. Guys, I have 5 children, 4 daughters. My son's 25. He's a co-owner of the company. Guys, John met me and he's like, probably thought I was just as crazy as it gets, but I thought John was as crazy as it gets, but crazy good.
Have you
crazy good?
No, I'm down with it. I'm down with it. Yeah, for sure. I knew.
No, it's all good.
I knew you were incorrigible that day. You're one of us.
For sure.
This
Well, guys,
right.
we could keep going. I think we're probably going to kill the live feed here in a second, but I would love to keep talking with you guys. But I would like I want to go and do my closeout real quick so I can touch base on everybody's stuff real fast, and then we'll keep on going after that if we want to. I want to thank everybody for coming out for another episode of the CBD Game Show. Thank you again to our contestant, CB Rocks. You're going to be receiving a wonderful cash prizes. You made it through all 4 rounds plus a hint. So you're going to get all that coming to you in the mail. Again, that's My Song List, all one word. That's the app. And then StevieRockMusic.com. Bada boom, bada boom.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. And then
Thanks for having me.
Go ahead.
Hey, whoever sees this, reach out and get some free sap from Organ Vitality. Come on, bring it.
See with Organ Vitality. He's going to be available. Joseph at organvitality.com or 503-755-HEMP. And then we got
Hemp love, everybody.
Love. Max and Jay with Dabbing and Chat with Max and Jay. Check it out. Usually new episodes appear on Mondays. They got several episodes on there. They're all great episodes. Check out the last episode because
I can see it in you, Max. You're gonna move mountains. Just let me help.
Thanks, man. Thanks, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll let you know. We're actually gonna get a hold of you, man.
Space.
We're
And then
actually
last, but certainly not least, Mike Carmen. And I said it right this time. I didn't fuck it up. I promise.
Carmen.
I love you.
Great guesses.
He is. Mike Carmen, actually, I'm going to give you a lot of shout out. We didn't talk about a lot of your stuff, but I'm going to shout out you a lot right now. Mike Carmen, if you're a farmer or you're somebody trying to get in the hemp industry, and you don't know where to get started, Mike Carmen is one of those guys where he knows everybody. He helps everybody get stuff done. He's a logistics master when it comes to helping you get your crop taken care of, getting stuff told. When things go wrong, I refer people to Mike. And he's doing a lot of great things in the industry, and he's been in it since day one. And then he's working with Hemp Nexus right now, and MAC, hempnexus.com. What?
MHC.
MHC
Nexus.
at gmail.com.
Yeah. Reach out.
You need to talk to your research
Any
department.
help or concerns? Anything else from you, Mark?
Check out our products. In about a month, we'll be launching. There'll be 3 lines of topicals, so chapstick, salve, and shea butter, body butter.
Chapstick, salve, and shea butter. Fantastic. All right, everybody. Thank
Go
you
get that
again.
liquid in the bottle, guys. Come on, go get it. I love the price of
Also,
CBD.
go get that.
JC's always got everything on it. And that'll do it for another episode of the game show. Thank you from Encouragement Candy and opalstack.com.
Thank you,
Next
guys.
time, guys.
Devin, chat with Max and Jay.
Later, guys.